Hello YouTube viewers and welcome to another tutorial by Turtleshell. Today I'm going to demonstrate a quick introduction to programming with C# and we're going to make a traditional Hello World console application. Firstly, let's open up Visual Studio. You can use whatever development environment you like, so long as it supports C#, but I suggest Visual Studio for beginners and I will leave a link below if you need to download it. Once you have Visual Studio open, we're going to click on Create New Project. Make sure you click Visual C# and select Console App using the .NET framework. Console App .NET Core is a little bit different, but we'll go into that another time. Now we're going to name our project. Now, it's good practice to give your project a meaningful name, even if it's just a quick practice app like this one. It's always good for referencing, just in case. So I'm going to call mine Hello World. And you can change the location that you want to save it to if you like, but I'm going to leave mine as it is. And press OK. Now this may look a little bit daunting at first if you're new to programming. There's a couple of things that you might not understand yet. Firstly, these things up the top are the namespaces that are going to be included in our program and basically enables you to use pre-existing code in your application. By default, there's usually some added to the program already. We don't need to understand too much about them right now, but pay attention to them because they are important later. Next, we have our own namespace here, and everything that's included between these curly braces here is included in this namespace. Then we have the class, and classes are very important in object-oriented programming for creating different objects and various things. Lastly, we have the static void main, and this is where the magic happens. This is where the program starts and executes all various functions, and it's where we're going to be writing our code today. So start by putting a space between these curly braces here. As you start to learn how to code, make sure to pay attention to brackets of all kind. For every opening bracket, there must be a closing bracket, or else you're going to get an error and your code's not going to run. The first thing we're going to do is type console. Make sure you use a capital C because C# is case sensitive. Then full stop and right line. Then an opening, closing brackets, and followed by a semicolon to show the end of a statement. Take note of the way that everything is written using what we call camel case, or sometimes it's referred to as other things like lumpy case. Pretty much just make sure if you have two words joined together that the new word starts with a capital to differentiate between the words. Now we're going to go back into the brackets and open quotation marks, typing a little message, hello world, followed by closing brackets. This is what's called a string value, which is pretty much anywhere you want to use a series of characters together, such as in words. Anytime you see something with opening and closing brackets in C# followed by a semicolon, it's called a method or sometimes a function. If you hover your cursor over the word console, you can see that console is a class and writeLine is a method that exists within the console class. Let's run the program. To do this, we can either click on Start up the top here or press F5. You might like to try and learn some shortcut keys as you go because it'll make your life a lot easier. And as you can see, the console pops up really quickly, and you might have seen that it displays a hello world message, then disappears or closes the application really quickly. This is because we haven't told the application to take any input or wait for anything. It simply just runs what it has been told to run and then closes. So let's tell it to wait for an input. We can do this by adding a new line, and we're going to start with console again, dot read, open bracket, close bracket, and semicolon. So now it should wait. Let's run the program again. You can see our little program now displays our string value, which is hello world, and waits for our input, which could be a number of characters followed by the enter key or just the enter key itself. So we'll do that. And another way that you can also close the program is you can click on this little red square up here to stop debugging. And there you have it. That's our very first C# application. In our next tutorial, we can get a little bit more interesting when we look at asking for and reading input and variables. If you like this tutorial, please like, share, and subscribe, or leave a comment if you like. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have. Don't ever stop learning, and I'll see you next time.